Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 40, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and Sundays and release it on podcast services like Apple and Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. Or if you want to go check out some of the older stuff, go to our website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. So show us some love and follow, like, subscribe, have it at you. Just throw money at us. We're good. anyway you want it. But this is Davis Green with CFG Games, and with me are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex on the second seat. How are you doing, Lex?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you, buddy?
I am super. I'm actually in a really good hyper mood today.
I saw that,
which is really weird. It's like I'm usually kind of lethargic at this time of night. So, but I'm good right now. How about you? What have you been up to?
Honestly, still getting over this flu, man. There's been speculations if I have the corona. I don't think I do, but I am still getting over this flu. And because, I suffer from brain conditions, it's a little rougher for me near the end of stuff to get over it. But I'm getting there. I had to cancel a stream this week, but I just been hanging out, watching a lot of Outlander. I caught up on that almost.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's great. For all you people who knit out there, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It's making me want to learn how to knit. I wish I had supplies to do that, because now would be the perfect time to learn. But I've been watching a lot of Outlander and then grinding some Monster Hunter when no one's around. There hasn't been a new event in Monster Hunter in a bit, right? There's a new siege.
Oh, okay,
there is.
But there was issues with the servers the other night. I was able to get on. Nobody else could see me, though, and then they kept crashing. So, unfortunately, I haven't done the new siege yet. Hopefully get a team together later this evening, because tomorrow is not Monster Hunter Monday. So
fair enough. That's cool. That's good. Well, yeah. That's always sounds fun and adventurous. I'm surprised that you weren't on the Doom bandwagon, because you were the one that was like so hyped up for Doom Eternal. I was thinking like, oh man, we're gonna lose you for the rest of the weekend.
I think if I hadn't been sick, honestly, I would have said yes. Adam offered to purchase it for me last night. He was like, "Do you want it?" I was like, yeah, but I have so much to do, and I'm also in bed, and I'm stuck, and so I knew that if I did that, because I'm also offline, I'm playing Persona 5 from my bed when I'm not feeling good. So I'm going back through that again. I don't remember the game at all. Fun fact. But yeah, I'm trying to game and enjoy things while mending. So I apologize if I cough, guys. But yeah, that's about it.
That sounds awesome. Sounds really awesome. All right. And we also got the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty on the third seat. What's going on, buddy?
What is up, brother? I have been good. It has been a heck of a quarantine week. But it's been
nonstop for you, pretty much.
Busier. Dude, yeah, I was like, I've been busier working from home than I was working at the office. It's been nuts. But other than that, it's been good. I participated in the Vegas Inferno, had a Warzone tournament last night, so I got added last minute, probably like an hour or so before the event started. So I went ahead and streamed that. I was crazy. I streamed 3 nights in a row. That was crazy.
That's actually that's pretty impressive for you.
Yeah. So I did that I ended up being like a 6-7 hours just for the tournament, but it was good. We ended up getting third place. I wasn't completely useless, so I felt good coming off that. And then we've been on that. I'm starting to dig a little deeper into Animal Crossing. We'll talk about that later. But having some fun playing that and being on my daughter's island and us all, getting to do things and stuff. So it's been cool.
See, that's pretty nice. That's good to hear, man. And are you still doing LAN parties, or was this on a hiatus? What's going? I wasn't really sure.
So we're still doing LAN parties as well. How we're actually using Ringer, which is basically an audio conferencing Similar to Discord, but it prioritizes audio.
Okay.
And
cool.
yeah, and it will automatically record through that system and do its own things to like normalize and level out the levels.
Mhm.
And it came out pretty clean. It was a bit of a pain just because, again, it's different from being in the space, being able to physically see each other and go off of each other, as opposed to, you're conducting an interview where we can't see each other's faces. You're trying to time out when a person is finishing their thought, and then you're trying to get your thought in or whatever. So it was a little, that was a little challenging, but it was a great interview. We got to interview Eric Clips Ramirez, or Rivera, I'm sorry, Rivera, who was co-founder of FaZe Clan. Didn't even know the dude was out here in Vegas. There's another co-founder out here as well. So we talked about getting together for lunch at some point in time after this is done. We'll get video. We'll, definitely want to talk more and try to see what we can do out here, Vegas.
If you ever get a chance to talk to Rick Fox, let me know. I'm really interested. So we'll see.
Rick Fox?
Yeah.
Rick Fox, the basketball player, Rick Fox?
Yeah, remember he's the one dude, he's the dude that, yeah, he's the guy who did who was a co-creator of I want to say Sonic Fox.
Yeah, dude, you're right. He does have something to do with that. I do remember that. He invested early, dude.
He was like at the beginning of all that. So like I'd easily so like if you ever do it, just let me know. I'll be there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. We're looking to get as many people. Anybody that's looking to get on there as well, please hit me up. Let me know.
Man, yeah. And man, I have been so I've been pretty much MIA on streaming because I've been focusing on doing this video review for the past 2 weeks, and I'm glad I can say that I can say what I've been playing because embargo lifted last week, but I've been playing Persona 5 Royal, and I am literally clocked 105 hours in that game, and I have
crazy.
And I don't usually grind this way again, but the game is so good. So, but I just so I've been busy with that as well as just trying to get everything everything up and running. I'm still writing the script of it today. Hopefully should get the video out on Friday. So if you want to see the video, go check it out at confreaksandgeeks.com when that happened. Link is at below or the CFG.net. That also works. So you'll be able to check it out. I can't wait to give out my review because this game is just loaded. And I'm surprised that you're not going to wait for Royal, Lex, instead of just playing the original one.
Okay. Well, I borrowed it from someone a long time ago, which Mike, I swear I'm gonna give you back. I promise.
At this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I just okay. Here's the thing. I want to play through it, man. I've been wanting to play through it. I restarted that game and gotten past where, basically you're done with the tutorial section 7 times on stream, and I was having issues with it. So I didn't play it. And I told myself, no, I'm going to sit down one of these days and play it. And now I have the perfect opportunity. And if you guys don't know, I have a hard time reading white text, because I'm light sensitive, and so it kind of blows out the letters. And so it's kind of been this thing that Adam and I do at night, where if the characters aren't reading out loud, he'll read out loud for me. He's a little slow, but it's okay. But yeah, it's just kind of been this thing that we've been doing, and I'm enjoying it. I know I should try the Royal. But
Royal's not out yet. I mean, Royal's not coming. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying because they've Royal is the definitive edition of this game. So there's things in this game that you're playing now. I mean, you're at the beginning. I would personally wait because from what you can do in Royal to what you can do in this one is such a big difference that it'd be wow, I really wish I should, because it's a big game. It's a very big commitment. So
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I suffer from CRS, so I probably won't remember half of the game anyways in 2 months when this comes out. So I can just play it again.
You're not going to just play this again, though. That's what I'm saying. I've clocked 100 hours in this game. And
that's easy.
You're going to clock 100. You're going to easily clock another 100 hours in this game again. So no, I think you should wait and then just get Royal. Just saying.
Or just play both.
No, don't play both. Just buy Royal. You're
Wow.
gonna love it. I'm just saying. That's how it goes. That's
I have more
that's how it goes.
patience than you, though.
I don't think it's a matter of patience. I think it's a matter of time. Like to say you're going to play the same game over 100 hours of playing, and I know what I'm doing in this time around. That
I have lots of time
underestimates
on
your
my
power.
Okay, well, anyways, we're digressing. Let's get down to it. So, each of us picks a new topic of discussion within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry. And we don't want to just talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listener, the viewer, what have you, who's currently watching live on CFG GameCast to be a part of the conversation. So if you have something that you're wanting to add or contribute on what we're talking about, you're more than welcome just typing it in. We have Faye on moderating duties that will be helping us out to see if it's something that we should just add to be a part of the conversation. Yes, and there's Faye right there. So let's get down to it. We are since Lex has been so kind to do it the past 2 weeks, I will do it. I'll start off with my topic.
What?
I know that's what I
Wow.
said
I know,
too.
right?
I thought it was gonna be me for sure.
Yeah, all right. Throw you under the bus again. It's just like that's like a pastime sport, pretty much in itself. All right. Okay. I am talking about PS5. We got a little bit of a small tidbit. We got a teaser, essentially, pretty much, for the PS5. So PlayStation earlier in the week last week on Tuesday, they announced that they were going to be doing a presentation about the PlayStation 5. This was not really like a secret because originally this was going to be the presentation that they were going to show at GDC this year, but because of because of the circumstances that's happening, they had to cancel GDC. Check out our podcast two episodes ago, 38 or no 37 about that. Yeah. So so this time they decided to do like a video off of like what they were doing, and so people were hyped about this because we haven't heard a word about PlayStation 5. We didn't know what it was going to do. We weren't sure about the games, whatever. We just wanted information, and this is the year of the next gen system. So the biggest thing that I actually at the very beginning when we started this podcast, we were making fun of like the nerd vomit that they were talking, like teraflops and all this stuff like that, that they always did. And then sure enough, they did the same thing. They were like, oh, this one has 8 teraflops. They didn't really say that, but they did say something about teraflops and stuff. Teraflops doesn't freaking matter because we don't know what the heck teraflops are. So we don't care. What we cared about was what was it going to be? Backwards compatibility. The things that most people were saying. For the most part, they didn't set our expectations to a high market. They basically gave us the full spec outline of it. They basically said it's running with an AMD Ryzen Zen 2, 8 cores, 16 threads, with a frequency of 3.5. That's all the nirvana I'm going to be saying to you about it. But like overall, it's going to be fast. And then the big feature was the SSD. It's going to be a 1 terabyte SSD card that's going to load games faster from there. But the one tidbit that I got out of all of this from the PlayStation blog was that the SSD's hard drive is interchangeable to not just Sony, which is amazing to say that they were going to do it. You can use other I mean for internal you can even use M.2 not M.2s but NVMe drives that's going to be interchangeable to a Sony box, which is pretty much unheard of from the most part, because that's what we were worried about. Because like even the new Series X is going to be having proprietary 1 terabyte hard drive expansions. That's going to be like a USB kind of port connection that you put in the back of the system itself. So this is really cool. But other than that, they basically just gave you the spec outlines. They never really gave us any information of how it's going to look, what's going, like the pricing. I mean, basically the meat and potatoes of this system, which is very unfortunate. So I would say, like, I mean, for me, I'm thinking like, okay, this is cool. This is cool information because of I run a website. But for like, the masses of people that have been like speculating on like, what are we going to be getting out of this? Because I mean, for months now, Microsoft has been doing a great job letting people know what their expectation is for this new system that they're going to do, or that's coming out. There's nothing new. There's nothing special about it. So, and we're let's say team like what 8 months away until the announcement, and we still haven't heard a peep out of what Sony's plans are for the system. So, I mean, I guess I want to get y'all's view on this. Like, what would you think? Like, what do y'all think? Like, where we're at right now from what they gave us on this conference. Like, do you think that they just need to be more aggressive, or on the information that's being put out there now since E3's been canceled? Or do you think they're in a good position to just be kind of mysterious about like what to expect on this next gen system with this short period of time? I mean, what do y'all think about what PlayStation is doing?
Go ahead, Lex.
I was about to say the same thing.
Throw right in the bus. He's like, oh, it's like, go
ahead. No, it's okay. So okay, a question though. Because brain doesn't work. So in 8 months, it's going to be released, the system, or in 8 months?
Yeah, in 8 months it's going to be released. Yeah, it's going to come out like we're speculating. There's not an official.
So it's a speculation at this point?
Well, no, it's going to be a guarantee that it's coming out this year. It's coming out the end of this year.
Right.
But no one's going to come out. No system comes out in December.
Right.
So
no, they always want it
October
for Black
or November.
Friday.
Yeah, either October or November.
I'm guessing October.
Well,
yeah.
Here are my thoughts. I mean, at the end of the day, like giving us specs is fine. But again, like most people, and I'll be honest, unless you're like a super nerd like me who built computers for Circuit City back in the day, or works on their own systems now, that doesn't really, like, it doesn't compute. Like, you can throw numbers at somebody and it's like, wow, that seems like it's higher than what it was before. But
yeah,
I mean, solid state drives, like, everyone's kind of using those now. So I mean, that was kind of like an expected move. The interchangeable, that's amazing. I just like, my questions haven't been answered yet. Like, am I going to be able to play? Is there reverse capabilities? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I have questions that aren't answered yet. And so keeping it mysterious for marketing purposes at this point, I just kind of feel like isn't reasonable. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I feel like you're coming so close to your date of dropping this item. Give us more, at least enough to know whether or not, like, this is something we need to save up and purchase. Because I can tell you right now, this system's going to be a pretty penny. It's not like $100, $200 thing that, oh, it's frivolous, here's my money. This is going to be a system that's what, $500, $600, $700. I mean, my iPhone costs $1,000. So in my mind, you know what I mean? Like, how much money do I have to save for this? I guess that would be my thoughts. What do you think, Smitty?
So for me, this did exactly what they intended to do for GDC. This was not intended for necessarily public consumption. This was for people that these kind of specs and stuff like that. Again, the developers. This is what this whole thing was for. I did feel that they kind of dropped the ball on taking the opportunity to kind of broaden this and not make it such a technical. I know they already had something laid out for it, but they knew that with our situation within COVID and whatnot, that more people are going to have more eyeballs. I felt like that was an opportunity missed by them to maybe make it a little more entertaining, maybe connect with your community a little more. But again, this was built for GDC. So I know that there are some people and I felt like it was dry. I think they, again, I don't think this was necessarily for your average viewers consumption. With that being said, though, based off of the specs, it was a little disappointing to me. I felt, head to head, Xbox Series X, right?
Yeah.
I mean, head to head, it looks like it kind of blows it out of the water a little bit. Other than the speed of the drive, and it's nice, but it's like, again, why are you giving me this? Like, you're giving me, and not only that, but then they created a drive that's a 775 gigabyte SSD drive, Give me why did you do that? I don't understand it. Give me a terabyte at least.
You know what I think
what have we learned?
I think it's probably it's cost, because like base costs on the first gen system is going to be expensive. I mean, it's going to be really high. But I will say this though, like on your comment on with the with what they were doing with their presentation, is like, I wasn't expecting the way that they approached this out, like, to this event itself, and how they spread this out to the masses with their PlayStation blog, their social media, all these different kinds of things. You're going to set them. I mean, people are not going to be into. I mean, just in general, people don't care about the specs. They just want to know the big things. Price. You know, if you don't even have price, that's fine. Yeah, backwards compatibility. That's very important right now. I mean, and different. I mean, like, and then also the key features itself. But like the press conference got so numerical, like got very, very in the numbers, that it got to a point where it's like, unless you're not in that kind of community, this is not going to be like meant for everybody, and they should not have advertised it for everybody. Is where I think is the problem. Is where the problem was. But what were you? Sorry, what were you going to say, Smitty?
Yeah, no, 100% on that. This was not for everybody, and they should have marketed it to everybody. Again, I think it was a missed opportunity for them. But yeah, the other thing too was how much time have they been developing this? Why are we still? You're telling me after release date, 1 to 2 months, we'll have backwards compatibility with PlayStation games and PS4 games. And then so on and so forth, based out on increments of 2 month increments. That part was a little disappointing, that they're not further along as far as with that. They've known these. I mean, they've known this for years. You know what I mean? People have been saying it for years. The infrastructure is there and whatnot. Like, I don't understand, I guess, why on, out the gate you don't already have, like, it's just there. Well, it's a part of the thing.
I don't know, like, it's a little bit, with PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3's problem was the way it was. I mean, I remember they were talking, I think I know what you're talking about. I think you were talking about their gaming cycle. Like, it's not the backwards compatibility that they were talking about. They were talking about producing a game on the system, like making a game initially meant for the PS5, the cycle, because you know how a cycle of, for instance, first gen systems, when first gen systems comes out, they have first gen games. First gen games don't usually look really, really good, because it's still companies that are still messing around with the tech to figure out what they can do, what they can get out of it. So what they were talking about is their cycle of, like, saying 30 days is like, you can mess around. They're saying their cycles of 3 months and stuff like that, was saying it took them 3 months to figure out how to code in PS3 to make a game for it, and 2 months to do it, like, for the PS4, and then they're wanting to make the turnaround for PS5 gaming to be a month, to be 30 days. So they're like saying 30 days is like, you're going to have should have a good enough understanding on how to make a game on this system to make it look good, and make it, like, to get everything out of that towards it. So like not the backwards compatibility, because technically they didn't say jack about that. And they need to. Right. They really need to.
Well, that's what Donk in the stream was saying. To that point, Smitty, you have to patch the games individually. You can't start that process until the system is complete.
Right.
So, okay. Well, that makes
Here's something that I feel, and maybe this is just me. So it's always been, you're either a PlayStation user or an Xbox user. You know what I mean? It's very rare that you have both. Because I mean, the affordability, it's a little difficult to have two systems in a household. You know what I mean? I've always been a PlayStation fan. I loved Halo, so I played Xbox with my friends' systems, but I've always been a PlayStation user. And so, to the point of, am I going to get the Xbox or the PlayStation 5? Probably neither. But I think they're still banking on the fact that they have a loyal audience, and that's great. But we also have all this new generation of people who are now getting into gaming. So it's not just us 30-year-olds puttering around, you know what I mean, whether or not we're going to get it. it's a whole new generation. And I think that they need to make these things a little more exciting for them because, again, they don't really care about, like, show them something that's visible, that's tangible, that they're going to have in their hands by Christmas. You know what I mean?
Well,
To me, though, that's not the target demographic. I think we are the target demographic. We're making enough income now to where it's expendable. That's why the prices are going up. And real quick on the I forgot on the whole memory, the storage thing and stuff like that. That was still kind of disappointing knowing that. I mean, you've got games. I don't know if anybody has gotten Warzone, but you had to re-download all of Call of Duty, which is 100 gig download. You know what I mean? Like that right there. You're telling me 775 gigs. 100 that's one game.
Well, actually, that's another.
There's
another piece of technology that they're going to be trying to implement in the PS5. I don't know it because I haven't really fully understood the grasp of it. But they're basically, it's not going to install all of the game. It's going to install the parts of the games that you're needing to do, depending on that you're needing from it at its time. And yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree. I mean, 800 gigs or 700 gigs or whatever is a little bit lower than what it would be, but I understand why for right now. I think the second gen of the PS5 will definitely be getting the second gen of PS5 is going to get the the stuff that we'll want. We'll be like, okay, this is tolerable.
Right, so might as well just
that's what Donkey Show is just saying
now. Yeah, exactly.
Well, because I remember there was also speculation too about them dropping both a standard version and then like
it's all hearsay. Yeah, it's all hearsay. We don't know yet.
It's all hearsay. Yeah,
we don't know. That's the problem. And it's like
starting rumors.
Like, I would love them to do that. Like, I'll throw all the money at the Pro, like right out the
immediately.
Gate. I'm not even gonna mess around. Yeah, but like then, like I'm not gonna get the Pro till much later after my original PlayStation ends up crapping out on me because of some design flaw, and you know what I mean. I gotta get you know what I'm saying. Like,
for me personally, though, like I think overall, like when you're what Lex was talking about like wanting to get multiple systems into your house, like okay, so there's absolutely for me personally, and this is not for anyone else, but for me personally, there's absolutely no reason for me to buy an Xbox. There's none, because like even the Series X, because my system, my PC is going to have the same games, and or you can have either have the Game Pass, you can purchase it available onto your own. Like it's going to have the same exact stuff that you're going to have, and I have a very beefy PC, so I don't need. There's no reason for me to be playing it on my PC to getting a console for it.
Exactly.
PlayStation, on the other hand, is a little different because PlayStation, their strength is their proprietary IPs. Yep. Because like the biggest thing is like I mean until until recently when they announced that they're bringing like Death Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff on PC, the only way to play those games would be on their console. That will thus gives you a reason to buy a PS4. But Microsoft did such a horrible job with the Xbox One this year because I mean what proprietary what you must have games was there on there. You had Crackdown, you had the new Halo, you had Gears. But hey, you can play all that on your PC now, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, so it's like
PC Master Race.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just so like overall, so like the sole reason, just like the sole reason why you're buying a Nintendo is because the only way you can play Mario games, Animal Crossing and stuff is because of the proprietary software that's on the system. There's no so I kind of feel like it's one-sided. It depends on the kind of gamer that you are when it comes to that. Like if you like to play story-based driven games, if you care about other different kinds of IPs that that you can't get on PC, then the place to get it will be on the PlayStation. So that would be my main reason. Yeah. So
let's not forget too that PlayStation and Microsoft are in bed together now because PlayStation needs that cloud gaming infrastructure from Microsoft, and I think that's why we're seeing these moves made like that. You know what I mean? These are strategic from them. Yeah. We know that PlayStation does not play nice, and if they're doing stuff like this, they realize that they were already behind, and Microsoft is already leaning towards. This is what it looks like. This is the beginning of consoles going away and everything just being on the cloud via some sort of service or application that we use. Microsoft is clearly ahead of the game as far as with that. You know what I mean? They made a console only because they have to compete in the console wars, and it's another revenue generator for them. But they're already steps ahead on, because they know where it's going, where it's not going to matter consoles. We already know, we see this GeForce Now, even though it's getting stunted growth wise and whatnot. Again, that's another provable and case study wise way of showing that, look, dude, we don't care what platform you have it. If you have the game, you can play it on here. Here's a subscription fee just to manage and maintain our servers and whatnot, but you're good to go. We got it. So we're there. Well, it's just, what any new technology and new things, people try to stop its growth because they got to figure out how they can monetize and get that piece of that pie.
Exactly. Well, and here's the thing. I mean, if you look at it from a marketing standpoint, Sony's a freaking genius, because they're getting games that can only be on their system, whereas, like you said, Xbox, I can play that here, PC Master Race every day, all day, but with half my games I can't. For PlayStation, I can't play, there's games that I want to go back and play, and I have to go back on my PlayStation. I can't. And there was a game I wanted to play that's now off Steam. I'm like, really, you had to do that? But I mean, think about it. That's ingenious that they're stopping this and they're still keeping their games proprietary, because English, apparently I don't know it. Because then you're forcing the consumer to purchase your product. So I mean, yes, we can see where it's going, and Microsoft, in a sense, is basically killing their own system dead in the water, whereas Sony is still able to produce a product. It's needed, it is wanted, and people are going to purchase it because of said reasons. You know what I mean? So, in a sense, I'm like, it's kind of ingenious.
I mean, I like console gaming. I mean, it's funny. It's like I'd like to say that I'm more half and half, but there are certain games I play on PC and there's games I play on consoles. Like fighting games, I love playing on console, and RPGs I love playing on console. But but just overall, it's just like a place. There's a place in a place, time, and where. But like the justification, but for some reason though, like I've never really had an issue to just say, hey, am I willing to spend $400 to buy this PS4 Pro? Because I know I'm going to use it. I have a rack of games that I could play that I have back behind me that'll be like, okay, here you go. But and I think I'm going to be the same way with PS5. I'm just more annoyed by the information that they're giving it. The way that they're treating this next gen is for the system is really it's really kind of annoying, because it's like I'm not getting the information for as late as it is on what to expect, because you're right, the system's not going to be cheap, and no. I don't feel like it's going to hit the ranges of when the PS3 hit, because the thing when the PS3 first came out, it was around $650 to $700.
Yeah, that was the most expensive we had ever seen a console at before.
Right. Yeah,
I remember that, because we skipped on the PS3.
Yeah, so because of that, a lot of people did. It took them forever to catch up to Xbox 360. It finally did, but when they did, it was already too late. The Xbox 360 was the one that won that war. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But okay, well, yeah, that was a really good conversation. Jeez, we wasted a lot of time on that. All right, so I'll hand this over to Smitty. So Smitty, what do you bring into the table?
All right, so obviously I have to, you guys know I play a lot of Overwatch, and they just announced, and on the PTR, we've got Hero 32, which is Echo. I felt like it was a little trolly.
Haphazard.
Yeah, to say the least, as far as with her coming in, her abilities. Like, I know that there's a lot of speculation that she was going to be support. And later on, an article that I read, it was confirmed that she originally was supposed to be a support, and for some reason they changed her to DPS. Now, I don't know if you got the gameplay of her right now. Like, she is a monster. She's completely broken. There's no way that she's not going to get nerfed. But it's kind of cool seeing this, almost me being a Zen main, like seeing this like overpowered Omnic throwing balls like Zen, blasting lasers at people, flying in the air.
Jeez, man.
Like monster attack. Her story's pretty good too. If you haven't had a chance, they've got the story for her. She changes into other people. It's crazy. And so check her out.
She's a robotic Shang Tsung. Oh my god. She's a robotic Shang Tsung.
Ridiculous. She is absolutely ridiculous. But I thought it'll be interesting. Some are saying that this is going to be the last hero that's released for Overwatch.
Before 2?
Others think before Overwatch 2 comes out, because essentially my understanding is that all that stuff's going to exist there. It's just basically they have to redo basically. So so basically Overwatch 1 I think will just go away, or you can do it old school. I'm not sure how that works exactly. But yeah, so we'll see how they do, but it's kind of weird because like there's a disproportionate amount of and especially when you're talking about in a 2v2v2 makeup, which they force upon people that are playing competitive to go with another, which in a category that already has the most people in it, DPS. You know what I mean? So they bypass support, they bypass tank, and they make this person another DPS. It just makes it mess up, especially when you're talking about hero bans. You know, you're only, if you're taking out 2 tanks, you know, you only have a limited amount of tanks that you can use that week, which, you know, again, it skews the play style so much. So I hope they, you know, I know from Jeff Kaplan had addressed this, and you know, he said that there's things in the works, blah blah blah. They have other heroes that are supporting tanks. Again, it didn't make sense then to release. They got to even it out a little bit and get, you know, more of an even number of support and tank players as there are DPS. But she's dope. She's dope. It's always exciting seeing a new character, getting to play with a new character, and then getting some of that lore and stuff like that too, as the story unfolds wider. You know, you learn about these characters that then interacted with these other characters and stuff like that. So I always enjoy that stuff.
You're talking about Donk's favorite game.
I know Donk is. I know he is enthralled in this conversation.
Yeah, loves this conversation right now. But overall, like, I mean, it feels like it just seems like bringing a character like that inside this game. It's like, you know, like this late and doing what this thing can do. It's like, it just feels like they decided to say, you know what, let's just skip QA. Let's just go and just release this thing out now, since it's like a hurry. The
other thing too is it completely changes the makeup of competitive as well, because the season's already started, but they do this weird thing. I hate that they drop new heroes in the middle of a season. You know what I mean? They don't give it like a week where they can actually be played in competitive. But it's like I don't know. I never liked that.
Okay.
I mean,
watching this stream of watching like the gameplay of this is totally broken.
This looks ridiculous. Yeah, I don't even play this game, and I understand what's happening.
I haven't played Overwatch in a hot minute. Yeah. I deleted it back in November, I think, and like it's just
no. She did the right thing.
I know she's already been nerfed. Her ability to fly has already been nerfed. So there was a video showing how she could get from the spawn point behind the building into the entrance where the other team comes into the building before they even reached it, and kill off the entire team and do a team wipe. So they've already nerfed that ability. Yeah, there's a video of that.
I'm just like, the video that he's showing me. Yeah. She's holding her own against like 4 people at the same time. What the heck?
She can just do everything.
I can tell you right now, when there was speculation that Echo was going to be the next release, the LGBT community was so stoked. They're like, she better be a support. If she's not a support, I'm deleting this game. I remember all of those tweets, and I thought it was so funny. I'm like, I don't know the storyline for the comic books well enough to say how she fits in, but being in that community myself, I'm always intrigued to see others' opinions. But I know that a few of my friends are super brokenhearted that she's DPS. But yeah, I never understand the release. I mean, she's on PTR right now. It's not like she's playable.
Oh, is this PTR? Okay.
Yeah. She's not playable in the game right now. She's not been released.
Yeah.
Will she be playable before the comp season? I don't think so. She'll probably be able to be played in like quick play and things like that. But because everyone's going to want to play her, you're probably not going to get the option to play her unless it's in Mystery Heroes. But you know, I mean, I'm never sad that there's a new character. And my little sad is not support, because I'm a support main, maybe just a little.
Yeah.
But you know, I digress.
No, I mean
But she looks badass, man.
Man, geez, yeah, I don't know. It seems like that's a lot of craziness that's happening with that. But
She'll
I mean,
get
I
super
don't
nerfed.
know Overwatch. I don't know how
She'll get
Overwatch
nerfed.
is going to work. Hopefully, they do the right thing with Overwatch 2. If they're gonna, if it is what is being planned about Overwatch 2, and then allowing you to port all your things over from 1 to 2, by all means, be my guest. But like I don't know. I mean, I really don't care. That's where I stand, because it's like I don't play it.
Yeah.
I don't play it. So
my friends still do, so it's like interesting to see everything. But I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get Overwatch 2 anymore.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh, I am. Me and
No,
Smitty.
I mean, I'm not
Me
saying
and
I hate.
Smitty are on the same
it's
wavelength on that one.
I'm not saying I hate the game. I just does not appeal to me at all. I just don't want to play. I don't want to. It's not my cup of tea. And I'm not looking at anyone else that's saying it. And Dust is calling me shame on me on this. It's like whatever, but I'm just not gonna get it. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Dust.
You know what? I'm gonna get it till like if I do get it, it has to be on sale. It has to be on a super sale. $60.
Play with your friends.
You know what? Friends are overrated.
He doesn't even want to play Monster Hunter with me. I don't want to hear it.
I want to play Monster Hunter, but you have it on the wrong system. They don't do backwards compatibility. They don't do crossplay. Unfortunately, if Monster Hunter was
Sucks
crossplay,
for you, noob.
I'm higher level than
started
you.
the game over. I started it over so I could play with AJ and JT and all them. Okay,
No, I'm not.
I don't want to hear it. I'm endgame on
started it over
PlayStation.
too
You
on
want to play on
PC. I
PlayStation?
did.
I'll go.
I have it on PlayStation. I have it on. I'm not gonna play it. That story is so bad to me that I don't want to play that story again. That's why I don't want to deal with it. Yep. So
Yeah.
that's where we are.
I disagree.
That's where we are right now. All right. So I guess that was it. So Lex, how about you? What do you bring to the table?
Well, the game players are a little upset with us, guys.
Yes, MHW needs crossplay, definitely.
I agree.
Yes.
I hope you guys are all sitting down, but the non-game players are blaming us for an internet shortage, and it hasn't even happened yet. So I read an article, it popped up in my newsfeed, it's mostly, they're mostly talking about Europe. So if you guys don't know, I did some research before because I was stating that, a lot of, in Europe, Netflix and Hulu are already taking the initiative to change the quality so that less bandwidth is being used. I wasn't aware that Europe was ahead of us as far as internet was concerned. However, their speeds are much lower.
Mm-hmm. How much lower?
So it seems quite a bit. So they lose connection a lot more than we do here. So even though we're 20th and they're 16th, we lose connection less and our speeds are faster. So it looks like, unless they're not losing connection. So it depends on what area they're in. And it can't give me like a definitive answer.
Right.
So average speed in UK is 34 versus 27 in the US. But these are peak rates and these are not actually sustained. Mm-hmm. So their sustainability for those numbers is harder than us. Like we're sustaining. So that's the main difference here. But what they were saying is, a lot of people are saying, well, now we're working from home. And I thought it funny because it reminded me when Adam first started coming over to the house. He's an Imager fan. If you guys don't know, it's a social media platform where you share GIFs and things like that and photos. And anytime he would get on Imager, if I was playing a game or live streaming, the Wi-Fi in the house would drop out. But because I was hardwired in because I'm streaming, I was fine. So, all of these people on Reddit are saying that gamers are going to be the reason, and that Fortnite and things like this. It's mostly UK that might have an issue. As far as here in home base, who's to say until it actually happens? But it's pretty funny in the article. They're saying don't video conference. It might be okay, but don't risk it. Stock trading sites, absolutely not. Which I believe in the U.S. you cannot trade stocks at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, now because it's Sunday, but yeah, on the weekend.
Corporate VPNs maybe not fine, and video games definitely don't do video games. They're saying the internet networks in Europe have been sizable surges in traffic as people turn to their computers for entertainment while they're staying home. Yeah. They're estimating that they saw a traffic increase of more than 70% in Italy and in the UK. Online gaming such as Fortnite, which takes up more bandwidth than remote work services. But of course, people in America see this article, they don't actually read it, and they automatically start to attack us gamers and streamers. I've already gotten DMs on my Facebook from my godmom. She's like, you better not be streaming twice as much because of this. I'm like, excuse you, did you read the article? The article says the UK. It's not even about here. Calm, lady. Calm down.
It's buzzwords. That's what it is. It's just like you hear like
That's how rumors start, man. It's telephone.
Stuff. I mean, that's how everything starts. Social media in general. It's like I mean, like that's how Twitter starts. So I mean, it's just like that's just how it normally goes.
Stop being sheep.
Yeah, it's just like but it's very interesting to me that I can understand with Italy. Italy was at a complete lockdown. They shut down borders, everything like that. I can understand how dire that would be for Italy, Italy situation itself. England wise, I'm like wondering, it's like how much bandwidth. It's funny. I never tested how much bandwidth like in the game it uses. I know through Twitch. Since we're affiliates, the way it works on Twitch is I think we have the max that we can go, I believe, is 8 down or 10 down, and you don't even want to go that high because it's not going to cater for everybody who doesn't have that kind of level of speed. So you usually want to range it to about maybe 3.5 or 4 to 5 is usually where I go.
Right.
Go for it. Yeah. So that's pretty doable itself. I guess the big thing is like with internet, like with online play, like how much would online play be? Like I mean, online play can't possibly be like a ridiculous like 10 or 20 down or stuff.
Because exactly. That's down. That's not up. So it's like. You know what I mean? Like that should be. It can't be more than that.
It has to be about like 8 at best. High at best. I would have to look into that because like now I'm actually kind of interested because I'm a network engineer. I know this stuff. That's the stuff I usually work with all the time. So like it's very interesting to me that they're saying that like okay, I mean yes, it's feasibly possible that if everyone does the same thing over again, you can oversaturate your network lines and stuff. But you would have to have like a massive. A massive amount of people at the same time just burning it, just constantly burning it, you know?
Well, I mean, even in Seattle, there's another article that I pulled up just because, here's the thing, guys, always do your research. Just because you read something in one article doesn't mean that it's true. It's just like, again, how telephone works. People see things, they report on it, and they don't actually do their research. So I've pulled up another article about someone who, is a business owner and working from home, and and they're being interviewed by an actual the New York Times in Seattle. Their virus outbreak was a lot worse in the U.S. First off, so Seattle got hit really hard. 9 days after their hit, there was only an increase of 30% for the entire city. So. It wasn't that bad. Nothing was really congested. And they're saying that if anything's going to bog up the bandwidth and the internet, it's your cell phone games.
Yeah, big time.
And certain applications on your cell phones. Those are the ones that are really going to hit hard because with games,
they're constantly on.
Right. They've been designed to be, streamlined. And so essentially those are going to be okay. It's really, certain applications and things on your phone that are going to possibly, but again, it's all hypothetical. We don't know yet. I mean, obviously we're all in quarantine and my internet's fine.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what's actually kind of funny though too, because Kalkamoon actually raises a point too that I forgot to even raise, but internet for instance, she was talking about like Netflix alone will be using a ridiculous amount in itself, 20 to 30 gigabytes an hour, and that's if you're not doing the HD version of Netflix.
Right.
So
they've already turned.
That was Donk, by the way. That was Donk show, by the way, that said that.
Oh no! Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Donk show. Yeah, and no, you're totally right. But Kalkamu was right above that with the Stadia gripe. But and overall, that would be more video data is worse on upstream, because you're talking about quality of like, because who like everyone's all hyped about Ultra HD, HD at least 1080, 4K, all this stuff. 4K,
Right.
if you're going to be pushing 4K video up on the like through the cloud, it's going to use massive amounts of bandwidth.
Right.
So like, I mean, and so like people that have caps and stuff are always cautious about that. So like, I mean, so overall, like I just love it because like gaming is just such a freaking easy target. That's just what makes it really annoying about all of this. It's just like, it's so like, there's like, if there's something that happens, if there's
Blame
an
the gamers.
overabundance, it's gamers. It's always something like that. It's, heaven forbid,
Right.
it's not us using like Disney Plus or a Hulu or any of this other nonsense that uses maybe 10
Right.
times the size of what a gamer uses can use. Nope, it's definitely, it's just because of the kids playing the Fortnite, and they're using Fortnite as an
Right.
as an example. That game hasn't been. Yeah,
Darn kids and their Fortnite.
it's like, what are you
I
using
heard they were
Fortnite?
playing Fortnite
Yeah.
again. Playing them.
Yeah.
No, come on.
2
now.
years old. I mean, come on. Like, you don't. That's like that. I mean, yes, Fortnite is still big, but yet there's still so much other
It's like
stuff.
Sonic doing the Fortnite dances in the movie. It's a couple years too late.
It's like, what's up with all these people with the ALS challenges? Why are they still putting buckets over their heads and stuff? It's been 2-3 years. Like, it's like 3 years later. It's just like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, you can't do that kind of. I mean, you can't compare. Like, that just
It's not
proves
comparable.
in itself to me. Like, that's that they're kind of out of tune on it, because if they're blaming something like that to be the reasoning of it, it's just no. It's just in general social lifestyle. Everyone's on the
Yeah.
internet. Everyone's going to be using the VPN, bandwidth and stuff like that. It's not just gaming. Stop blaming gaming for the problems that it's like that's
Don't
more
you
than that. You know?
No, video games have caused every bad thing ever.
Yeah,
That's why I got 4 brain surgeries, don't you know?
I had a coworker that was convinced, because of the when I was working at in Arizona, that the reason why certain bad things that has happened, like the school shootings and stuff, is because of gaming, and people don't know the difference between real life and fantasy. And this guy's this guy is 60 something years old. He was stuck on his ways, and I'm just like, okay, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to argue. I'm not arguing back on this at all, because I know this is just walking into a brick wall. But overall, it's like, there's people out there, you know. So yeah, so it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy when it comes to that. So
Thanks, Tom.
yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, before we wrap it up, I know, like, I just wanted to go real quick on, just had to ask what Faye's opinion on something.
Get it, Faye.
Faye,
She didn't get.
What?
Yeah, sorry.
What
No,
were-
go ahead. Yeah,
Everybody go buy Animal Crossing.
Yeah!
Someone buy me a Switch.
I'm starting to learn it.
So how are you like it?
Yeah.
It's only been,
It's-
day number 2 on Animal Crossing, maybe 2.5, I guess.
Day 3.
Day 3? Okay.
They released the digital early
Uh-huh.
for people, like a day early or so.
Uh,
But it's very, very different from the previous ones.
mhm. Like, for
Since
the
they've
better
added-
or for the worse?
Yeah, much better. For
Okay.
like, they've added all like the crafting and DIY stuff.
Ah,
And
Oh,
it's
okay.
actually, so you can like make all kinds of like furniture you want, as long as you gather like the supplies for it. And it's also like paced out more.
Mm.
So the very first day, you just have like it's you, and then you start with 2 villagers. The whole place is covered in weeds and stuff. Like, you can't, they even like, you have to
Spoiler
wait
alert.
like every day just to unlock items in order to explore the rest of your island. Because like every single island is like cut in half basically by a river
Mhm.
somewhere along it. And so you can't even like explore the whole thing on your full day. You have to like
Mhm.
slowly make these like progress points in order to get the new tools and all that. That way, like, instead of people have played every single Animal Crossing game like me, they can't just rush through everything and get like the biggest house in 2 days. Like, you actually kind of have to wait on stuff.
patience game.
And that's what I'm enjoying about it, being a new player. Like, this is, again, I've never played one before. I got hyped up when we talked about it on that episode. Great, on my daughter's island and whatnot. But I got some time in last night playing it, and like I thought it was really cool, like just the how it goes off of your real time, how I'm starting to see now that like things are kind of unfolding a little bit, like they're building something in the middle of town. We don't know what it is yet. Like it's I didn't know really what to expect from it, but like I was like, all right, I can see why people enjoy this. Like this is pretty fun. It's like something nice and chill that I can do whenever, you know what I mean, wherever we can play together on the same screen. We've been putting it up on the projector and stuff like that. Like it's legit. Yeah, no, it's been this is doing exactly what I thought it was when we talked about it. I was like, this is fantastic.
And like and with all the crazy stuff happening right now, it's just so peaceful and relaxing.
Really? Yeah.
Like there's always like calm music playing in the background.
I literally have the game on my desk, but like I am so dedicated on finishing Persona 5 Royal before I finish it, before I start diving into that game, because like I am so close to finishing that up, finishing everything up on that. So nice. Yeah, so other than that, no, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Let me, if y'all want to, definitely hit me up. I will definitely share my friend code. Probably play some join the islands here in a bit. Yeah. I just added yours, Faye, on that, so that'll be good. That's a good start. And Lex, you have a Switch, right?
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh no. Okay.
No, I wanted one really bad. It just, cost effectiveness at the time.
Yeah,
I could probably afford it now. But how long would it take to get here? I don't know. Yeah, but right. I also want to play Doom Eternal, and I need to finish Persona. Then I'm probably going to play Persona Royal. I have a lot on my list, y'all.
Stop playing Persona 5 and play Persona Royal. Oh my god!
No, there's
I'm
only
too deep now.
Yes.
I'm too deep.
No, you're not. You just hit the first castle. Just stop it. You have a week.
Wait, I thought you were probably like 80 hours in already. You're only at the first castle.
Yeah, she's still in the first castle. Maybe 5 hours in. Just wait.
I'm about to fight Komashita.
Just wait.
No.
Indus, if you're on here, tell her to wait.
I think you will make yourself if you wait.
You will not. You will be better, dude. Oh my god! Like until I show the video, just wait. Yeah, see, Indus agreed. Yeah, tell you to wait. Just wait till next week.
I will beat you up in the other room. I will body slam WWE style. Okay, let's not discuss this. Poor Smitty has to go.
Okay,
guys.
Before we let you go,
I do have to go. I'm sorry. I have a work thing that I have to.
Okay,
don't be sorry, buddy.
Smitty, what do you have coming up on the week? We'll start wrapping it up now.
This week I am not even sure. I've got another busy week. I got some commercials I got to bang out and stuff like that. But hopefully I'll be able to get that stuff done and things will settle down a little bit for me. But I'll be live again Thursday, Friday, and then of course for the GameCast next weekend. So don't forget LAN Parties, new episode on Wednesday that'll drop. You can find that on any major podcasting platform. And I'll see you in the socials.
All right. And Lex, what do you have up for the week?
The spoopies, of course, on Tuesdays. But I believe tomorrow we're doing something unprecedented, guys. My little cousin's been streaming. I didn't know it, and he wants to play Fork Knife with me. So awesome. I think we're going to multi-stream tomorrow. Some Fork Knife for you guys. I play secretly sometimes with Ducky. I just don't tell anybody, and I don't talk.
Ashamed.
Look, I like going around and healing everybody. That's what I do. But and then they shoot me. Anyways, tomorrow I think we're gonna play some Fork Knife. Maybe I have to confirm with him. If not, it'll be Monster Hunter Monday, Spoopy Tuesday. So Overwatch this week too. We got a good lineup. That's the norm.
Awesome, thank you. And unfortunately for me, I'm not going to be streaming this week. I'm still going to keep up with the video game review of Persona 5 Royal. So, if just next week though, once I get that cleared up, then I am good to go back to normal hours again. But I would definitely appreciate y'all to go check out the review if you're wanting to know about what to expect of this game. This game comes out on the 31st of March, so next Monday. Definitely go to our website, thecfg.net, right below. for the review. It's going to come out on Friday, this Friday. So I got a lot to do with that. And also, do us a big favor here at CFG GameCast. We are 9 or 10 away? 11. We're 11 away from 50 followers to get our affiliate status. So definitely just give us a follow if you like what you hear. We're going to be doing some more. We're slowly growing, but we're definitely doing this. We would really appreciate it. It goes a long way to get one of our short-term goals. So everyone, thank you so much for who is following, and hopefully people are liking what we provide. So we will be back again next week with a new episode. So definitely check us out at again on any podcast services on like Apple, Google Podcast, Stitcher Radio, or Podbean, CFG GameCast episode, and you'll definitely see us there. So this is Davis, Smitty, and Lex signing off. Y'all have a great night.
Bye.